Hello everyone, welcome to today's car news of the week, where we report on the interesting car news and
Try and leave out the crossovers
and all the other boring stuff out there. So we'll start with going with the news, so that way today's video is not too long, so you don't leave before you get bored. Never mind. Okay, so the first part of today's news is McLaren's hybrid supercar, which will be powered by a V6. Now we already knew it was going to be a hybrid V6. But they revealed the name, which is going to be Artura. Any ideas on the potential stuff about the car?
Well, the Artura is apparently the name somehow related to King Arthur, British king, and it's going to be a cool car. Probably. I mean, V6s are not. There's nothing wrong with V6, but I still like the McLaren twin turbo V8 much better.
Yeah.
So I would take a V8 McLaren 100% over any V6 McLaren.
Yeah, hopefully it still runs just as hot as the V8 McLaren, so we have all the backfires and turbo, not what's it called, yeah, backfiring and flamethrowing that the V8 McLarens did.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, another hybrid news is that somebody at Lamborghini told car and driver, I don't have the Lamborghini person's exact name at the moment, but somebody from Lamborghini told car and driver that the replacement for the Aventador will have a hybrid V12. And this is really good. I'm very glad it's a V12 because I'd like to keep the V12s around as long as possible, please. Any opinions?
I'm happy to see the V12 there too. I love my favorite. Some of my favorite cars are the LaFerrari, the Vulcan, the Zonda, which are all cars that have big V12 engines. I think they should keep them in the cars for as long as possible. In fact, I still think even if all other cars go electric, top expensive and fast cars should still be gas powered. They may not even be as fast as electric, but they should still be because of noise and everything.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see a hybrid supercar, like the LaFerrari and everything, is a hybrid. So those work pretty well, and I'm excited to see what the Lamborghini cooks up to replace the Aventador.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be just as crazy as the Aventador, or more, perhaps. That'd be great. Okay, next, the Porsche Taycan has set a drifting record, which weirdly,
For an electric car.
For an electric car, which seems to be a record that they just made up all of a sudden out of nowhere. So maybe they can make a record for the most, I don't know, if I climb up the wall and climb back down the wall, can I set a record of most walls climbed in 1 minute or whatever? Can I just set any record for anything? Does this mean?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, we're not really talking about record rules, but basically, the Taycan drifted for 26.2 miles for 55 minutes, and around this circle test track at Porsche's somewhere in Europe, Germany, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, Germany.
And basically, they drifted in a circle for 26 miles in a circle. So that guy,
Roughly a marathon, and for an entire hour. So
that guy must be, whoever drifted it must be very good at not getting dizzy. The one thing they were doing is that there was a big, basically sprinklers all around the circle, so it was completely wet. A rear-wheel drive China market, or a Taycan that was built for China, where there was rear-wheel drive lower-end Taycan. So they used the rear-wheel drive one, assuming because it's easier to drift, and on water. So I'm assuming maybe a combination of rear-wheel drive Taycan, maybe not, but the water makes it seem a little bit sketchy. Perhaps it was, did you count the water as cheating? I don't know.
I think BMW used that for the M5, which has the record for the longest continuous drift. They used water, so technically it's probably not. That's my opinion.
Next up, the F1 news. Now, we're not going to tell you who won, because, we'll leave that to, I don't know, the Formula 1 YouTube channel, or whoever you go to for your Formula 1 winners news, or whatever. But basically, we would like to say that we would like to report, basically, there was a very horrible crash in the first lap, where Roman Grosjean, basically, a different car, I believe he's an Alfa Romeo ahead of him, slid off the track. He swerved in, try and get back away from the Alpha that was going to crash, or perhaps just go off the track. He swerved in right across the front of Pierre Gasly's car, which
was Kvyat's car.
Kvyat's car.
Russian guy.
The AlphaTauri, basically, and sent, basically, I don't know, the car went out of control into the metal barricade, and burst the flames, which is definitely not something you see a normal F1 car do that often. The whole car was literally ripped in half. Definitely very scary.
One half was lying on the track, the other half was baked. There was one tire went out flying towards the track and almost hit some other cars. Another tire went flying out towards the other side and almost hit some other officials on the side of the track. There was both the commentators, at least from us watching, had said they'd never seen anything quite like this, and they've been commentating F1 for quite a long time. Technically, the car should be built up safer than that. I'm not sure how that happened. It's split in half, but it went essentially punched a giant hole in the barricade, which is surprising.
Too, not like a tire barricade or anything like that.
A solid metal one. So I'm surprised
thankfully
it didn't kill anyone.
Thankfully, Grosjean was able to walk out of the car and into the medical car, and now he's
Very
in
quickly
hospital.
though. Like, he jumped out of the
Yeah.
fire.
So he was able to get out pretty quick. He didn't seem to be too badly burned from what we saw.
I wonder what will happen after this, though. If there will be an investigation, if they'll figure out what this was, whether there'll be more restrictions, like how are they going to figure out to avoid an accident like that? Because if he got knocked out, he probably would never gotten out of that fire.
Yeah. Next step. In case you wanted to buy some Aston Martin Vantages, well, we have some for sale. We don't have some for sale. Aston Martin has some for sale.
Your local Aston Martin dealership.
Yeah.
Not your local Aston Martin dealership.
Yeah. So they have the Vantage GTE, the Vantage V12 GT3, and the Vantage GT4. Now there's only 6 of the Vantage GTE, only
46
of the Vantage V12 GT3, and only 108 of the Vantage GT4. Now, apparently, you buy all 3 of them together, you can take them out to the racetrack.
Except they haven't given how much they cost. They all have a lot of racing pedigree, you might say. One won its class at Le Mans. Another one I think was in the British GT Championship. Another one was just another race car, I think. But I think all of them have some serious racing pedigree, so they'll be worth. I'm guessing at least the GT3 and GTE might be worth millions someday. I think a few months ago actually there was this car that sold. It was the Ferrari 550 Maranello Pro Drive GT1. That thing is awesome. I love that car. But that car sold for like $5 million. I think it was the FIA GT Championship winner. So I think that's what the value was. These cars might be worth that much already. They might be worth more eventually. But they're really probably a good investment for a car collector.
Yeah. Next up, penthouse in Miami. It's a 3-story penthouse, 27,000 square feet. But the best part, you get a free Aston Martin Vulcan. I cannot think of an easier way, honestly, to get a Vulcan unless you know some Vulcan for sale that I do not know of, because there's only 25 Vulcans?
24
Vulcans.
I think I've seen one Vulcan for sale, and it was like $7 million.
So if you could think of a better way of getting a Vulcan than buying a crazy expensive multi-million-dollar penthouse in Miami,
comment that down below.
Yeah.
I love the Vulcan. I think, like I said earlier in this episode, it's definitely the coolest Aston Martin ever made. I think it's the coolest British car ever made, even better than the McLaren F1 and the P1. I don't think it's appreciated for what it is. But I like Miami, and plus you do get, another thing is there is a wharf. You get a spot at the wharf to park your yacht.
Oh, nice. So that's it for today's car news video. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you didn't get bored. We hope you're still sticking around to the end. If you did, thank you.
Yeah, and if you want to check out Cole's channel, you can check him out down below too. If you want to check out my channel, you can also check out our channel down below. My channel down below too.
Okay, well, you can subscribe to get notified of the car news because it's going to get better every week. We're working on making our videos better and better, and working on our setup and everything. So yeah, you can go subscribe and give us a like if you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.